we're gonna do a Tuesday night chat. Hope everyone is doing well. We got. Hold on. Oh man, come on. So yeah. Hi, Minshine, how you doing? Alright, so I'm coming on here right now because, I just feel like having a chat. Hey, Evan, how you doing? Hold on, Evan, let me... Yeah, I know, yeah, but I know, Evan, let me just add you as moderator. Alright, Evan, I just add you as a mod. So, how you doing, Evan? So, yeah, hold on. Excuse me. This is your main ES channel? Okay, so, yeah. That's why I put you as a mod. Hey, Foxy, the New Jersey Rail fan 2026, how you doing? Hope everyone's doing well tonight. We got this is a Tuesday night chat. Doing great, that's good. So, yeah, so I'm working tomorrow, so I don't plan to have a stream tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. But I'm having 2 premieres tomorrow night. I still got over a dozen premieres to. I still got over a dozen EAS compilations to premiere. So, can this just happen just now? Oh wow. What do you mean? What do you mean strange? Like what happened? Oh shoot. There we go. All right. Yeah. So anyway, so hope everyone's doing well. So yeah. So here we are at the end of August. I mean, we still have about a week left of August. So you're near see about tomorrow. You go home. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, so for Thursday, I have a marginal risk. For severe weather on Thursday. So, yeah, my area has a marginal risk on Thursday for severe weather. But I know there's a slight risk to my northwest on Thursday. Hold on. Alright. Excuse me. So hold on, let me pull up Thursday's outlook. Alright, hold on. There we go, Thursday. So we do have a risk for severe weather on Thursday, so my area right now, my area is in a marginal tomorrow, on Thursday, I mean. My area is a marginal on Thursday. Hi, Abby, this is Slaven EAS, how you doing? So, hope Trouble does not interfere with Maryland RMT tonight. You'll record it from the Southbury PBS. Okay. So, yeah. My area has a marginal risk on Thursday. But areas north and west of me have a slight. So, your bedroom light flickered in your room went pitch black and all your weather radio went static for a minute and it's now back to normal, but not your whole house light flickered, so it did confuse you. Okay. That's strange. Speaking of Thursday, it looks like KGC31 wants to say welcome home. Yep, it does seem like that. Because New York City is right now on the edge of the marginal on Thursday. My area is fully in the marginal, but there's a slight to my northwest. So, but I would not be surprised if the slight risk, I would not be surprised if they expand the slight risk further southeast. So, it would not surprise me one bit to see the slight risk to expand it. Hey, Braven, how you doing? So, Now, as far as my channel is concerned, hold on. As far as my channel is concerned, I have many EAS videos and compilations that have yet to be, premiered. So, hold on. Excuse me. Ugh. Hold on. Oh shoot! Come on. Okay. But Monroe and Pike County are in KGC30 range. Okay. So, your weather told me that you turn off the weather radio because your weather radio went for 3:30 a.m. Yeah. And so, meanwhile, I have the weather channel on, and there are currently raging wildfires going in the west. There are currently. Oh, your mom told you. Okay. Yeah, I keep my radios off at night. I keep my radios off at night. So, yeah, because I like to keep my sleep schedule intact. So, but for right now, for those who don't know, there are raging wildfires going in the west. There are raging wildfires going on in the western United States right now. So as a result, hey Dolphin, how you doing? So right now, we got the heat going in the west, especially southwest. I mean, there's recent areas in Arizona, the heat is high as 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, there's drought conditions in the west, fueling destructive wildfires along with the wind. But for right now, I'm seeing 70 degrees. But your radio check does not have display. It's only on tone and voice. Okay. So, yeah. So right now, yeah. Hold on. So, hold on. Alright, so, yeah, like I said, I have many EAS comps and videos I gotta, premiere and, yeah, or upload. I mean, hold on. So, yeah, you can see you back to school tomorrow. Good luck in school, Dolphin. Good luck in school tomorrow. Yeah, I know. I know I know it can be hard after summer break, but like hope you don't get inappropriate comments you get rated. Yeah, let's hope not. But anyway, yeah, Dolphin, I feel ya. Yeah, going back to school after summer vacation. I know going back to school after summer vacation is hard, but just you're only a sophomore year. That's cool. Hold on. Yeah. So that means you got 2 more years. You got 2 more years of high school left. That means so. Yeah. Your school starting the 12th. Oh wow, that early. Yeah. I don't go to school anymore. I don't go to school anymore. I graduated college. So yeah. We can see. My next premiere is gonna be tomorrow night. My next premiere is gonna be tomorrow night. You know. Yeah, school tomorrow, so you're not gonna be catching RWT. Okay. So yeah, hold on. So I'm premiering. I'm premiering two comps tomorrow night. I'm premiering 2 comps tomorrow night. So yeah, Mecklenburg County. You started their school on the 24th. Wow, you start school tomorrow too. Good luck, Chicopee. So yeah, every couple of days I'm gonna be premiering my comps. So yeah. But I will not list the comps as premieres if they're under 10 minutes long. Any videos that are under 10 minutes long, I will not be, I will not be premiering them. I'll just upload them as normal. I'll upload the EAS videos as normal videos if, if they're under 10 minutes. So, but your senior year, those yay, yep, nice. That's cool, Chicopee. Hope it goes well. You only got 1 more year of high school, so you'll be a high school graduate soon. Chicopee, nice. I should maybe switch to alert off on the back of the 12-262. Okay, so yeah. So, so looking. So yeah, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 EAS stuff. I got 16. I got like about 16 or so. I got 16. I got 16 or so EAS videos that we showed, and like I said, I'm going to premiere the ones that are at least 10 minutes long. I'm gonna premiere the ones that are at least 10 minutes long. If they're under 10 minutes, then they'll just be uploaded as normal. They'll just be uploaded as normal videos. So yeah, but I'm gonna have two premieres tomorrow night. I'm gonna have two premieres tomorrow night. One at 7 p.m. and one at 8 p.m. So you know, we're school already on 2 weeks. Wow. Well, maybe okay. So yeah. So yeah. So I know, I know many of you, I know some of you are probably, missing my new EAS uploads, but, there comes a time in life where we have to give up hobbies that we love. So, yeah. So, because of that, because of that, I retired from EAS on June 1st. So, yeah. Sculpture on the 12th. Now you're Cleveland, formerly Gaston. Okay. Spotify breakfast and lunch, rest, FMDX web server, and playing with your girlfriend is how you get the school year. Get through the school year. Okay. So yeah. I mean, I will tell you that I would say. I mean, during my senior year of high school. During my senior year of high school, I did the weather on the morning announcements. I did the weather on the morning announcements during my senior year of high school. During my senior year of high school, I did the weather on the morning announcements. And my nickname is Johnny Thunder. My nickname is Johnny Thunder. You know, hence the channel name Johnny Thunder EAS&Weather. So, yeah. So yeah. I was on. So that made me popular. That made me popular. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's really the only part I liked about school, about being in high school. That and hanging out with friends and being popular in high school. Yeah, my popularity was my popularity peaked during my senior year of high school. So, but then when COVID hit, everything once COVID hit, everything just changed suddenly. So I mean, I was still popular, just didn't just what can see, just didn't see people in person, and that took a toll on me. You're probably the guy, yeah, pretty well. Especially during my senior year of high school, especially during my senior year of high school. So yeah, so yeah. Meanwhile, there is some severe storms going on in Texas right now. There's currently a severe thunderstorm warning for Deaf Smith, Oldham, and Randall Counties until 8:15 p.m. Still popular here too. Yep. Yeah, I'm still popular. I'm still popular on YouTube. So, yeah. Right, and meanwhile, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Dallam. Oh, they took away the counties. Okay, so meanwhile, a severe thunderstorm warning up out in that area until 8:15 p.m. Central Time for a a considerable threat tag in that SVR in northern Texas and the Oklahoma Panhandle. So, hopefully those areas stay safe. So, right now it's 82 degrees in Denver right now. For me, it's 70. So, yeah, so those storms are going to continue over the next several hours, even through the nighttime hours. So, and beginning tomorrow, we do have the severe threat ramping up across parts of the central U.S. So, there's a slight risk, for that area. You'll be getting cold and snowy temps. You'd rather get those in Heat and storms, yeah. Okay, for those who are wondering, Robbie's not her name. Okay. So, yeah. More storms are going to be firing up tomorrow. Especially across Arkansas. So, and like I said, my area has a marginal on Thursday. And there's a slight risk to my north and west. So, hold on. Alright, I'm back. So, yeah, so meanwhile, the threat's going to go into the Great Lakes, too. I mean, I do know there's a 5% tornado risk in parts of Indiana and southwest Michigan. So, you see the Toricons there, with the Tornado Condition Index invented by the Weather Channel. So, yeah, those storms are going to, flare up, and then that same system that's going to bring the severe weather to the Great Lakes in the Midwest tomorrow is going to looks to hit my area on Thursday. What's your opinion on what? Alright. I don't know what that comment was about, but anyway. You can see within a Thursday that that system is gonna be moving into our region. So my area, like I said, has a marginal on Thursday. While areas to the north and west of me have a slight risk. And pardon my speech, and you know, pardon my speech. Sometimes sometimes I'm not clear with my speeches. So you have to bear with me here, and you have to bear with me. But meanwhile, like I said, Thursday we have a slight risk to my northwest, and there's a marginal elsewhere. So my area is fully in the marginal, but like I said, there's a slight risk to my north and west for Thursday. So yeah. But I would not be surprised if they expand the slight risk further southeast. As a matter of fact, I'm expecting to expand the slight risk. I'll be surprised if they don't, but you never know. We have to wait and see what happens tomorrow with, or excuse me, Thursday. Let's see what happens on Thursday. I'm pretty sure that, as we get closer, they're probably going to expand the slight risk further. So that happened with the last severe weather event too. That happened with the last severe weather event too. If you're using Otis, you're being a marginal. Okay, yeah, my area is in a marginal for Thursday. So yeah. So yeah. So I'll have my radios on. I will have my radios on. So I'll have my radios on, but like I said, I'm not gonna catch alerts since I'm retired from EAS. So yeah, I'm fully retired from EAS. So yeah, but like I said, Thursday we're looking to have, some this cold front move through on Thursday with the showers and the storms. So be back in Chicopee here in the thunderstorm risk. Okay. So yeah. We have to wait and see. You're back. Welcome back, Dolphin. So yeah, we have to wait and see what happens for Thursday. But like I said, we do have a chance to see some severe storms here on Thursday. So we have to wait and see what happens. I mean, like I said, trying to clear storage off your phone because you think Hot 106.7 is becoming Christian AC soon. Okay, hold on. Anyway, you think in the next 1 hour to 48 hours? Okay. So yeah, So, and I'm also hearing that we might hit 90. We might hit 90 early next week. We might hit 90. We might hit 90 or above Monday and Tuesday next week. Yeah, we could hit like 90 or above Monday and Tuesday of next week. Place is moving to 96.5. Nice. So yeah. So yeah, we kept So I just can't believe summer's coming to a close. I just can't believe summer is coming to an end. I just can't. I feel like summer went by fast. I feel like summer went by fast. So, yeah. But at least I don't have to go back to school. At least I don't have to go back to school. I'm working now, so yeah. I graduated community college, so yeah. Not only summer but Egypt is coming to an end. Okay. Yeah, so anyway. So yeah. And so like I said, I'm gonna be premiering my comps every couple of days until my every last, comp is premiered. So there'll be 2 premieres tomorrow night. So like I said, I'm gonna have 2 premieres tomorrow night, one at 7 p.m. and one at 8 p.m. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, and I know many of my EAS friends are gonna be catching alerts on Thursday, because Thursday looks like a severe day. So, yeah. If you can try to get each point show service, okay. So yeah. So Egypt and Australia. So yeah. And if you think in some parts of Japan too, nice. So yeah. So like I said, with summer coming to a close soon, I mean, yeah. So far this year, my area's had 5 heat waves this year. My area's had 5 heat waves this year. So so yeah. If you're not in school, should I get a lunch on Thursday? Yeah. So I typically don't do premieres on severe days. I do not do premieres on severe days. Because many of my EAS friends are mods, and yeah. Shelly can't catch your RWT. Okay, hold on. Let's even hear Egypt. Bud Hatsune Miku playing. That'll be making it, or 79.7 bring back LFI. Okay. So, yeah, hold on. Oh, it's weird. I'm starting to cough a little bit. Yeah, I've been coughing off and on a lot today. Yeah, I've been coughing off and on today. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. I hope I'm not getting sick or anything. I'm starting to get a little sniffly too, so I don't know if you can hear the congestion a little bit. Yeah. HME only work North America? Okay. So, you wanna go in the US service in Australia? Okay. So, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, like I said, I hope I'm not getting sick. Actually, the Philippines has HD radio too. Okay. So, yeah, there's 4 in Sydney, Melbourne 2 in Brisbane, SEQ1 in Darwin, Australia, and usually 1 in Perth. Okay, nice. Yeah, I hope you don't get sick. Me neither. I do not want to get sick. I do not want to get sick. But tomorrow, because I only work Mondays and Wednesdays. After tomorrow, I have Thursday through the weekend to recover. So if I were to get sick, I have a few days to relax, and But I know going to work is mandatory tomorrow. So I'm gonna tough it out tomorrow if I am getting sick, and then after that I'll have a few days relax and recover. If I do get sick, I mean, hopefully I'm not getting sick, but with me having asthma, it's bound to happen. Good, at least you'll be well rested. Well, I'm not even sure. Well, I'm not even sure if I'm getting sick. I'm not sure if I'm even getting sick. I mean, I cough sometimes due to asthma, so. But I just hope it's nothing more than asthma. I keep my inhaler with me at all times, just in case. So you probably won't be tired for school tomorrow. Yeah, I hope not too. I mean, when I was in high school, school started at 7:10 a.m. When I was in high school started at 7:10 a.m. So every night I would go to bed. I would go to bed at 9 p.m. on a school night and wake up at 5:30. So on a school night back when I went to high school, I would go to bed at 9 p.m. and wake up at 5:30. So early, yeah, too early. So yeah, but yeah, it's just something we gotta do sometimes. So yeah, I do not like waking up before sunrise. Yours was at 8:30. Now your new was at 8. Wow. You start at 7:45. Wow. Yeah, that's still a little early. That's why if it snowed at night, I would pray for at least a 2-hour delay. If it snowed, I would pray for at least a 2-hour delay, if not a closure. So yeah. And I like when 2-hour delays are made in advance. Like the night before. So yeah. So if there's a 2-hour delay, I'll be able to sleep a little bit later. So maybe it's a homework day thing. Wow, yeah. So yeah, yeah. Like with high school, it was just too damn early. So yeah. But we all have to do that every now and then. I mean, I've had to wake up earlier before. I went to Aruba in 2024. I went to Aruba in 2024, and the day we left for Aruba, I had to wake up at 4 a.m. The day we left for Aruba. The day we left for Aruba in 2024, I had to wake up at 4 a.m. I'm not kidding. In 2024, when I went to Aruba, I had to wake up at 4 in the morning. So you haven't left the US? Okay. It was just too early. And I cannot sleep on planes. I cannot sleep on planes. I can never sleep on planes, even during overnight flights. I mean, there were two cases in my life where I had overnight flights. So, but I could not fall asleep. And seeing your 2-hour delays after the cancellations get notified the night before, but thanks to the digital screens we have now, the numbers just anymore. Yeah. You might go to Florida in October. That's cool. Hope you have fun if you go. Like I said, yeah. Like I said, I cannot sleep on planes. I cannot sleep on planes. No matter how hard I try, I just cannot sleep on planes. Even during overnight flights. But I can sleep in the car. I can fall asleep in cars, just not planes. And also, you cannot fall asleep in planes either. You can fall asleep in the car though. Same here, Chicopee. Same thing, Chicopee. Never been on a plane. Oh, maybe on business class. Yeah. I mean, speaking of which, on my way home from the Bahamas this year, my dad and I got upgraded to first class. On the way home from the Bahamas. So, You've been on a plane in 5 years? Wow. Damn, I should, yeah. Last time I went to Florida was 2021. Nice. The last time I went to Florida was 2022. The last time I went to Florida was 2022. So, I went to Pensacola, Florida in 2022. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, planes are honestly, planes are the safest mode of traveling, they say. They say planes are planes are one of the most, safest forms of travel. Went to Disney, that's cool. Hold on. But the other thing I hate about planes is turbulence. I hate turbulence. I can tell you that. I hate turbulence. It's just, it makes the plane shake and it gets me nervous. So, yeah, I mean, on my way home from the Bahamas this year, we had turbulence half the flight. On the way home from the Bahamas this year, there was turbulence half the flight, and that made me nervous. But at the same time, I was not surprised. I was not surprised because the day I came home from the Bahamas, it was stormy along the East Coast. It was stormy along the East Coast. It was very stormy along the East Coast the day I came home from the Bahamas. I've been on a plane 18 years, maybe one day if you date Sabrina Carpenter, you have to fly on hers, baby. Show you a desk where you can put your laptop. Okay. Yeah, I go on a plane. I go on a plane every year. I go on a plane every year. So, yeah. Yeah, I go on a plane every year. So, I'm usually a pro flyer. A pro flyer. So, except when there's turbulence. I get nervous with turbulence. But usually when there's turbulence, I just look out the window. Usually when there's turbulence, I look out the window, and once I look out the window, I know everything is fine. Once I look out the window, I know everything's fine. So it lessens my fears when I look out the window, because I can see exactly what's going on out from the window. So, yeah, I prefer to have the window seat, just, yeah. So, she, want to go to Europe with her if you did want to use the jet, but would be in 2028, England, France, and Spain. Well, okay. So, you've been to Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, White Mountain, New Hampshire, New York City, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Florida, Boston, OCC, Maryland, Burlington, Vermont, and that's about it. Nice. I went to Hawaii twice. I went to Hawaii in 2015 and to Hawaii again in 2019. So, yeah. You haven't been to Myrtle Beach, but you did been to Sharkey Beach, South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, and Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Nice. I went to Myrtle Beach twice. I went to Myrtle Beach in 2009 and to Myrtle Beach again in 2011. You've been to Hawaii? It's a beautiful island. It's a beautiful island. But the problem with Hawaii is, it's an extremely long plane ride to Hawaii. With Hawaii, it's an extremely, extremely long plane ride. It's 10 or 12 hours. So, yeah. Yeah, I can... But when I went to Hawaii, we had layovers. When I went to Hawaii, we had layovers both ways. Well, not Charleston, but North Charleston. Okay. You were in 2011? Okay. So, yeah. Well, England, because in 2028, the UEFA Euro Cup is in London also. You have to go to Wimbledon and Hyde Park. It's a festival. Nice. So, yeah. Excuse me. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for non-beaches, you've been to Atlanta, Columbia, Raleigh. Nice. Yeah. Honestly, I don't really like the beach too much. I don't really like the beach too much because it's just, the sand is messy. The sand is very messy. So, yeah. But I like the pool. I love the pool. So, Charlotte does not count because you live a bit close there. Okay. So, yeah. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in the pool, in the Bahamas. So, Asheville, okay. Hawaii, you have to go from BWI to like LAX, then LAX to Honolulu. Okay. Wonder if during Japan's Egypt season you can get Hawaii. I don't know, honestly. I never bring my radios on vacation. I never bring my radios on vacation. So, fun fact, Hawaii isn't actually North Africa. It's in Oceania. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said, yeah. What you gonna say? I wonder if it's closer to Australia than the U.S. I don't know that, honestly. I actually don't know that. The most you travel will be in the Western Mountains, North Carolina. Nice. Now I will say that my dad is more experienced. My dad is more experienced with flying than the rest of us, because before COVID, my dad had to go on business trips every few months. My dad had to go on business trips every few months. So yeah, my dad's been to a lot of places around the world. He went to England before. My dad went to China before. My dad went to China before. So yeah, excuse me. The U.S. is closer. Okay. Yeah, technically Hawaii is a state. Hawaii is a state. So it makes sense. It's like 2,600 miles from the U.S. Yeah. Think Japan is an Oceania. Think Japan is Oceania. If so, Hawaii may be closer to Japan continent-wise. Nice. Hold on, let me get a sip of water real quick. Let me get a sip of water real quick. Hold on. When do you want to go? Australia, South Korea, and Japan. Nice. Honestly, I'd rather not do long plane rides. I don't really like long plane rides. I prefer a few hours and that's it. Hey, Gloucester County, how you doing? The states you've been to is obviously North Carolina, obviously South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, only passed through there. Kentucky as a baby, Indiana as you was born there, and Hawaii and Ohio as a baby. Yeah. So yeah. But like I said, I never bring my radios on vacation. I never bring radios on vacation because my radios are too valuable. So yeah, man, guys, they're going to sleep earlier by September 3rd. Yeah, it's like a 14-hour flight from LA to Sydney. Yeah, because school. Yeah, yeah. Nice Dolphin County's best. I'm to go to Japan as a weekend of when McCoo is in concert. Please record one if one is happening during your visit. Okay. So you need to get a passport first. Yeah. You need a passport is required. A passport is required. So, but like I said, I never bring radios on vacation with me. I always leave my radios home because my radios are too valuable, and I do not want anything to happen to my radios. So yeah. So I keep my radios at home, locked up in a safe spot, so no one would find it. You know, I just Yeah, my radios are too valuable. You wish summer was longer, but it would be kind of boring though. Yeah, can't even go to Canada without a passport nowadays. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's that time of year to go back to school. It's that time of year to go back to school. So yeah, everybody's required. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, yeah. So like I said, So yeah, yeah. So like I said, my dad's more experienced with travel than the rest of us. My dad is more experienced with travel than the rest of us. My dad is actually going to my dad is going to Atlanta in late September. My dad is going to Atlanta in late September. So yeah, my dad was in Denver a couple weeks ago. My dad was in Denver a couple weeks back. So yeah, and he has to go to Atlanta in late September. So yeah, you're an anime fan, that's why you love Japan or to visit Japan because of Hatsune Miku concerts if they happen there and the anime culture and the pink tree season, yeah. That makes sense. So yeah. Like I said, my dad went to China twice. My dad went to China twice. I'm not kidding, he actually did. So yeah. So these are the warnings right now for severe thunderstorms. There's currently a severe thunderstorm warning for Hansford, Hutchinson, Moore counties until 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and the HEA considerable threat tag. The HEA a considerable threat tag for the severe thunderstorm warning until 8:30 p.m. for Hansford, Hutchinson, Moore. So yeah, it's moving southeast in the direction of Amarillo. Yeah, Amarillo is in the warning currently. So it was severe thunderstorm with 70 plus mile per hour winds in the atmosphere. Hope those folks are staying safe. Me too. You don't know when you go to Mexico. So yeah, I went to Mexico twice. I went to Mexico twice. I went when I was 5, and I went to Mexico again when I was 7. So yeah, I've been to Mexico in 18 years, but it's a great place. Yeah, I mean, I only have faint memories of Mexico, but it was a pretty good, it was a fun time. I went to Cancun. I went to Cancun when I was 5 and when I was 7. Which state do you go went to Mexico? I went to Cancun, but I don't know what state. I don't know what state, but I went to Cancun when I was 5 and when I was 7. So yeah, there'll be some more, but you don't know what right now. Okay, Cancun, yeah. So yeah, yeah. You want a TF 6686 for Christmas and a new phone? Okay. So yeah, yeah. You don't know any Mexican states? Me neither. I only know a few cities in Mexico. So yeah, but like I said, I had fun when I went to Mexico when I was 5 and I was 7. You only know my American states and Australian states, yeah. I mean, going to bed. Alright, good night, Gloucester. Good night, Gloucester. So yeah. You almost know all states in Mexico, you're Hispanic? Okay. So meanwhile, take looking at Memphis, Tennessee right now. 89 degrees in Memphis right now. It's 89 in Memphis right now. At the same time, the sun's going down. Okay, you're Australian. That's a personal question. I think that's a personal question. So yeah, that's a personal question. So I don't know what culture I am, but even if I, but I'm honestly not gonna say. So, like Cancun, Mexico City, Monterey, Tijuana, that's about it. Okay. So yeah, yeah. So, and when I in 2010, I went to when I actually no, yeah, in 2010, I went to the when I in 2010, I went to Dominican Republic. I went to the Dominican Republic in 2010. So, yeah. Yeah, and I went to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic in 2010. So, but honestly, I did not have fun in the Dominican Republic. I did not have fun in the Dominican Republic because, you know, I got bit. We had mosquitoes biting us. We had mosquitoes biting us, so that was not a fun trip. So yeah, to the Dominican Republic. So we kept getting attacked by mosquitoes. So, you know, yeah, it was not. Yeah, so being bitten by mosquitoes was not a fun experience. It was not a fun experience. I can tell you that. I can tell you that going to the Dominican Republic, we got bit by mosquitoes, I bore the brunt. I bore the brunt of the mosquitoes, so it was not fun. So yeah, so but yeah. Hey, Super Legend, how you doing? So yeah, yeah. And your last name is French, okay. So yeah. Anyway. Excuse me, sorry. I'm a little tired. I'm only gonna be on here for a few more minutes. I'm only gonna be on here for a few more minutes anyway. So I'm gonna hang up in a few minutes because I wanna eat something and go to bed. Hear what happened in Josh's stream? Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean that person kept, kept coming back after timing that person out on Josh's stream. I mean because that person got a 24-hour ban. Because that person had to be booted the rest of the stream. If that person does drama on my channel again, if that person does drama on my channel, then I'm hiding that person. I'm gonna hide that person. Yeah, like I talk about the incident. I'm just making mention that what happened. It was not the Australian girl. It was not the Australian girl. I can tell you, it was not the Australian girl. It was another person who made a rude comment to me on my premiere on one of my premieres last night. On one of my premieres last night, this person made a rude comment about me. So, but it was not that. It was not the Australian. It was not the. It was not the Australian girl. I can tell you that. Excuse me. But anyway, let's get off that for now. Let's get off that for now, and let's not talk about drama right now. Yeah, let's not talk about the drama. I just want to make mention of what happened. But now let's move on. So, anyway. So yeah. Well, no, actually, she left weird comments on your channel. Okay. So anyway. So for right now, yeah. So like I said, summer's almost over, but there might be some. Yeah, we'll make a couple 90 degrees yet. So yeah. Careful what you did. All right, I accept your apology, but only if you don't do it again. All right. Just don't go drama again, room of style. All right. Just no more drama okay. So, you want humor again? You want humor to end? Yeah, I agree. Alright, you know what? I've had it. I'm sorry, but that person had to be hidden. That person had to be hidden. I can tell that person. I cannot handle that anymore. I cannot handle that anymore. That so 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 that person's being hidden. Broken poop emojis. Yeah, I had a feeling that probably was fake. So I'm going to my other channel to hide that person too. So so I'm doing what I have to do. I'm hiding that person from my channel. I can't. I'm hiding that user. I'm hiding that user on both my channels. Yeah, so because that person got a 12-hour timeout on Southern Pennsylvania WSC stream, I made a decision that if that person calls drama again on my channel, then, you know, I'd hide that person. Control trolling, yeah, exactly. But I don't care what age. I don't care what age, okay? I don't care what age that person is. Anyone who acts up will be timed out, and if they do it numerous times, then then it's grounds for blocking that user from my channel. Both my channels, anyway. But at least I have the support from you guys. I'm glad you guys are supportive. I mean, I don't really care that some people, you know, are being mean to me, because most people, most people on YouTube, most most people on YouTube support me. So so I don't care about the few who are rude to me. All I care, yeah, because, you know, most of the people I interact with on YouTube are friendly and supportive. So yeah, I'm looking on the bright side here. You get some weird comments on your channel. Yeah, I do sometimes too. So, but anyway, that person is hidden. So let's move on now. So yeah, like I said, summer is not completely over yet. But, you know, the school year is starting for a lot of people. I mean, my sister started up her semester of college, so my sister is started her semester at her college, so yeah, so it's back to school season, y'all. I just can't believe summer went by fast. I just can't believe summer went by fast. I feel like it went by fast, don't you think? So yeah. So yeah, so anyway, I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna hop off now. So hope you all have enjoyed this stream. It's been fun chatting with y'all. So hope everyone's enjoyed. It's been fun chatting with y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I'm getting tired, and I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna eat something, then shower, then go to bed. So I hope you all have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you all in the next, you know, video stream or whatever. Until next time, take care.